Now that the vaccine is trickling into Canada, a lot of people are asking, can an employer force an employee to take that vaccine? Muneeza Sheikh is an employment lawyer in Toronto with the firm, I got this down here, Levitt, Sheikh, Chaudhri, and Swann. Joins me now. Can an employer force?
It depends. If the vaccine is not mandatory for the general population,
by the government,
whether it's a provincial or federal mandate, in those circumstances, if your employer is forcing you to take the vaccine, your employer has an obligation to tie it to a policy that they have in the workplace. If it's just your employer's preference for everyone to be vaccinated before they operationally open the doors, that is not acceptable. And it may trump on an employee's human rights. It might trump on an employee's, medical rights as far as it relates to human rights legislation.
Do you know whether the federal government is going to mandate it?
I think the direction that we're headed, it's fair to assume. I mean, it's a little bit of a conjecture on my part, but right. I'm sure that I'm right on this. I'm pretty sure that it's coming down the pipeline. So once it becomes mandatory for the general population, then of course your employer can force you to take it, unless you as an employee can demonstrate that there is some reason why it would not be reasonable for you. It could be potentially a religious reason. It violates, although there has been a lot of dialogue in this area, and as employment lawyers, we're saying we're not necessarily aware of that religious ground that would prevent you from taking a vaccine, but that could change. Or it could be, it could be a medical reason that for whatever reason you have an underlying medical condition that precludes you from taking the vaccine.
So if you know you have that,
yes,
the employer won't be able to force you. If you don't know you have it, you're forced to do it, doesn't that employer face a big lawsuit?
Absolutely not. If the employer has no idea that you faced any sort of underlying medical condition that would have would be at odds with the vaccination, in those circumstances, your employer is not exposed to liability.
Muneeza, what about the federal government? The federal government passes laws that you have to have this vaccine. Everybody has it. Some people are really, really sick, can't work for the rest of their lives.
Well, that's an issue that you would have to take with the federal government. I mean, it's not one that you would be able to take up with your employer. And quite frankly, Stephen, I do expect, especially with a brand new vaccine that's, come down the pipeline, right, I expect for there to be a ton of backlash. And, we don't even know what the effects of this vaccine are going to be in the coming months.
So for the next few months, it's just going to be a dog's breakfast.
It's just going to be a dog's breakfast. I'm going to steal that term. I like it.
Okay, Muneeza, thank you very, very much. 3 minutes. So thank you for watching, and please make sure that you subscribe and tell your friends. We are going to have lots of fabulous shows coming up in the new year.